So apparently there's been some confusion about how to measure distance at this website, and so I'm going to make this little video. If I had known, I would have made it sooner, but this is to help you with that. If you want to measure distance on Google Maps, so for example, this works anytime on Google Maps, but specifically, let's say we want to measure this distance from N31 to the middle of DC. So first of all, you want to figure out where the middle of DC is, and if you look for the ellipse where the White House is, it's somewhere in this vicinity. Let's look. And we're not going to get a perfect match on that. We're going to just kind of look a little bit and say, there's this green thing that's the National Mall. I don't even know what it's doing right now. I just don't even want to know. It's not what I was looking for. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom in to show you this. Guess I zoomed in too far. So if I look at the White House, this is where the ellipse is. This whole area is the ellipse. And the middle of DC is somewhere in this basic vicinity. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so for example, if we try clicking on this again, this little arrow takes us to the map. And we want to measure the distance, so we want to just kind of move this around first so that make sure the ellipse is somewhere in the picture. There we go. And we want to measure the distance from here to the ellipse. So we right click. Now I didn't realize this is a problem for Mac users. So for Mac users, when you have to right click, you have to take your 2 fingers and tap the trackpad lightly. You should get this menu coming up. The menu might be slightly different. Some people's computers have different menus, but one of the options should be measure distance. That's what you're supposed to be using. And then you just click down here somewhere in the ellipse, and it'll tell you that the distance is about 6.36 miles. The other trick you can use is that, let's say you're here, whatever distance this is to the center, you can just copy that number down and say, hey, it's the same. So the distance from the north stone to the center should be the same distance as from the east stone to the center. And by symmetry, that means you only have 6 that you have to actually measure, and the rest you can just copy down and explain that that's how you got them. Okay, so hopefully that will help you understand how to use the distance measuring tool.